Hello, everybody. This is Alan and Elizabeth.
Hey, everyone.
And of course, I think you all know who Natalie Lewis is. She's the Executive Vice President of Sales and Marketing. And I'll be honest, when I first found out about this, I wasn't too excited because, people just don't like change sometimes. But we've gone through the products. We're starting to see some things, and we really like what we see, Natalie. We really do. We're real excited about it. And there are several people that are into financial products, and they really, really like what they've seen. So we're just going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, so maybe you can address briefly what it means for us. What does it mean for the future of FireFan, for United Games, and also what it means to the current affiliates?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, yeah, let's dive right in and talk through this. So as you guys know, kind of from a past history standpoint, we came out 2 years ago. We launched FireFan the game, and we engaged. We had a huge start, started to move forward, big release. The game continued to evolve, and as we started to see what happened right out of the gates, affiliates did not make enough money. We knew that. Everybody knew that. This was not something we could hide, nor did we want to. And we were looking, saying, how do we get affiliates more money? So we started making evolutions. We adjusted the game. We adjusted the tokens. We adjusted the nature of the game. We adjusted the comp plan. And each time we did that, we did so with the intent to put more money in our affiliates' pockets. But each time it would only incrementally increase. So while it had an impact, it did not make it so that the affiliates could genuinely look at this and say, this is an opportunity that's worthy of my time, energy, effort, and worthy of me putting my name on it. And that's an imperative for us and for you. And at the end of the day, what we found is there's just not enough volume in a single game to get that done. Now, why is that? It's not because there's not enough volume ever. It's because it takes millions of people to create enough volume. And the issue that we have is there's nobody is patient enough to go continually drive people into the system and drive millions of people into the system in order to wait for that bigger payday. We all have needs now. We all have financial needs now. We need to be able to make money now. And we realize that and recognize that. And we knew we needed to provide an answer to that for our affiliates. And so what we did is we started looking for other options. We started looking for other products. And what we started with, obviously, was another game. That was always the vision. That was always where we were headed, was looking for another game. And so we did. We started looking for another game, but we ran into the same problem with every game we came across, which was we were going to run into the game life cycle. When we started with FireFan, the reason why we were so excited about it is because sports are cyclical and they naturally recycle. Just because I watched football last season does not mean I won't watch football this season. And we witnessed with FireFan for an entire year that people played FireFan at football season. Some of them didn't play at all the rest of the year, but as soon as football came back around, boom, all of these players came back. So FireFan has a natural hook for bringing people back. Most games and almost every other game we've evaluated is going to have a life cycle. And what I mean by that is think about Angry Birds. Great game. Have you heard about it recently? No, because it had its life cycle. Pac-Man, Mario Brothers, the list goes on and on. All great games, all games that shot out, had their day in the sun, and now have kind of come around in a full game life cycle. So what we realized is we are either going to have to launch a brand new game every 3 to 6 months, but in doing that, that's not the residual income that the promise of network marketing brings. It was genuinely a keep promoting new games to drive revenue. That wasn't what we were after. So during this process, and while we're searching for new games, we were approached by a cryptocurrency company. And it opened our eyes to a different level of opportunity. The whole concept was to bring cryptocurrency into FireFan. That's where the whole thing started. But after we started working with bringing cryptocurrency into FireFan, what we realized was all of these companies that we were talking with that had great products had additional products that would really make sense to bring to our opportunity. And once we saw that, we were thinking, it would make sense for us to go deeper into this. So as we started to evaluate these additional companies, we realized that cryptocurrency had not only the ability to impact FireFan, but also that we could leverage the additional products and opportunities that were emerging in cryptocurrency to build a substantially bigger opportunity for our affiliates financially. So we began to evaluate multiple cryptocurrency companies. Now, the first 6 companies that I evaluated, all of them were like new startups. They saw cryptocurrency as a craze. They jumped on it to grab onto that craze, but they were startup companies. And guys, we've been through 2 years of startup together. I don't know about any of you, but I am guessing none of you want to go back and start over again and relive those startup days. I don't. You don't. We didn't want to jump in with a startup company, so we kept looking. And as we kept looking, we came across Kuvera. Now, what I liked about Kuvera in general, well, there were several things that caught my attention. First and foremost, Kuvera did not jump into cryptocurrency because of the craze. Kuvera is a financial fitness company. They specialize in the financial market through their education platforms and their technologies. They had a sound foundation of 5 years in the industry from financial education products and trading platforms. And these things they had brought out were very, very good. They had already had success in the marketplace, and it wasn't until cryptocurrency kind of stabilized that they started to engage in that come the January timeframe. Now, we chose to partner with them because of this history of stability, but also because of the multiple products and specialities. Guys, cryptocurrency is changing things. Now, for the record, I did not jump on the cryptocurrency bandwagon right away. Matter of fact, it wasn't until about 6 months ago, about January of this year, that I personally, in my personal life and in my personal investments, in my personal portfolio, started to engage in cryptocurrency. Why did I wait so long? Because I was skeptical, because I just didn't know, because this fluctuation was crazy and I didn't know what to think. But what happened is about 6 months ago, things started to change. There was an article that came out from the CFTC where they made a press release and a public statement at a conference that cryptocurrency isn't going away, that they can foresee a day where lots of countries use digital currency only because they don't have a foundation for their own currency, that there is not going away and the US government's going to have to find a way to work with it. Then MasterCard makes an announcement that they're going to start making it easier to load cryptocurrency accounts, to leverage cryptocurrency through your credit card. Then companies like Tesla make announcements where you can buy a car with cryptocurrency. Starbucks makes an announcement where they're going to have stores where you can only buy coffee with cryptocurrency. Some of the largest Fortune 500 companies have all made announcements that they themselves are engaging in blockchain technologies and cryptocurrency. And here's what I knew at that point. When these companies get involved and technology gets involved with cryptocurrency, it will simplify and it will engage people. And I knew that. But here's what happens. When cryptocurrency changes the very financial economy that we're in, guess what's going to change? Everything. Everything is going to change. And it's not going to change just with our lifestyle stuff. It's going to change in the financial markets. Well, change in the financial markets creates opportunity. So why would we want to be positioned only with cryptocurrency? You wouldn't want to be. You'd want to be positioned in cryptocurrency, but also in the other financial markets. So when cryptocurrency creates change, you're also capitalizing on the change it's creating in other financial markets. And Kuvera had great products. Their two foundational products are cryptocurrency and Forex trading, but they also have products like equity, which is real estate, startups, which helps you understand and participate in startup companies and investments in that realm. They also have products like Rise that use algorithms to help you understand the market. They have a well-rounded, full balance financial education and fitness approach. They have financial management tools that help you manage your money. Their passion, their vision as a company is that we can teach people to be financially smart. They will spend less. They will earn more, and we will give them the tools to help them do that, and then we'll give them the opportunity to change their life with the income they can produce, both with our products, teaching them a new skill and a new foundation for earning income, but also with our opportunity that gives them yet another door for income. That's what we fell in love with. And I loved that they are a wholly owned subsidiary of a publicly traded company. Guys, being owned by a publicly traded company demands a level of transparency that has not been existing in cryptocurrency, and this is imperative because it builds trust and confidence. We love that they're traded. It also gives an opportunity for you, frankly, to be a part owner in a company that you're building and growing. You can purchase stock in this company if you want to. That's a unique opportunity for you to be able to say, hey, this is a brand new little baby on the stock exchange. I could get in while it's penny stock, and I'm going to be building this. And I know that when I build it and I'm successful, my efforts are going to be rewarded on two sides of the table. Very cool. We liked that. We liked that for our affiliates. Now, as a part of looking into this, let me show you what this means. Okay, this is how it all works. So Investview is a publicly traded company. They were already owned Kuvera. They now own United Games. So United Games and Kuvera are both wholly owned subsidiaries of Investview, which is the publicly traded company. Now, United Games, because we are under the same umbrella, now is acting as a sister company with Kuvera, and we have access to all of Kuvera's products immediately. So what you'll notice is that over the next couple of days, as we as a company start to make more public announcements about this and releasing this to our affiliates, you will notice in your locker room that all of a sudden you have access to new subscriptions. You have access to new product pages. You have access to new invitation tools and opportunity messaging. You have access to all of this Kuvera products, and it will access our network, our people, our tree, our organization, our United Games back office. That's where all of this will function. Now, why will that be the case? Let me show you the plan. Right now, we'll function as sister companies, but the goal is to come together over the next 3 to 4 months. So again, right now we'll function as sister companies, but over the next 3 to 4 months, United Games will bring our strengths to Kuvera, and Kuvera will give their products to us. And what I mean by that is this. Technology, guys. We own our own back office. We own our own comp plan engine. We own all of our own tech platforms. We own the gamification engine. Imagine what happens when you bring all of that tech to this world of this financial world, when you bring tech and simplicity and gamification to cryptocurrency. This is where our marriage gets complete. But we will build a seamless platform over the next 3 to 4 months. Same commission engine for all of us, same back office for all of us, same opportunity for all of us, but it will take a few months to get there. So during this transitionary time, United Games will function independently of Kuvera, but we will be accessing all of the same products. Now, people have said to me, so does it matter what tree I go in, Kuvera or United Games? It absolutely matters. The United Games organization will stay intact, and we will literally take the entire organization and we will graft it into Kuvera's tree in these 3 to 4 months down the road when we are ready to become one seamless platform. What are the advantages to that? Well, if you're in the United Games organization, there's no enrollment fee. You're already in. You're already enrolled. You're not paying to enroll. You simply subscribe to a new product. You're in the new opportunity. It's that fast. We have access to all of the same products, but we also have access to different deals. The crypto mining products, which you'll learn more about, have a $99 setup fee, which is waived for all incoming United Games affiliates and your prospects. So even if you enroll somebody brand new, you're going to get that $99 deal. Okay, so that's how that's all going to come together. You have this you have this brand new opportunity to take advantage of with your existing network, and it is a huge advantage to you to do that. You don't pay the $99 setup fee. You don't pay the new enrollment. You have 3 to 4 months to basically build in a pre-launch phase, but yet you're getting paid, and you're doing so with longevity-based products that have already proven to generate substantial income for people. This is a huge movement to be a part of, guys. Some of the things that get me the most excited, I just want to play this out here, is I want you to think about email and the internet. How quickly did you personally adopt to these things? I had a meeting with somebody over lunch where we were talking about this today, and I said, I remember watching my dad with his first computer pull down his manual just to figure out how to log on to the darn thing. He had to actually write command code into the computer just to get it to start. Do you guys remember these days? Nobody could figure out how to use a blasted computer. We had no idea what the thing did. It was just this cool gadget. And I don't even know what my dad did on that computer, but I would just watch him get so irritated with the thing as he's reading through his manual to enter DOS command codes. Then think about it. Then the internet comes out, and I get told, oh, you have an email address. I'm like, an email address? What the heck is that? What am I going to do with that? Why would I ever need an email address? Then the internet, because like they say, well, this is how it works. So, you got these tubes, and we're going to pass information through the ether. What? Are you smoking? What is that? What is that even supposed to mean? We didn't know how it worked. Are you kidding me? But guess what happened? Technology came out and started to simplify things. All of a sudden, we had Google. And I could enter anything I wanted on my little screen, hit enter, and it would pop right onto my screen, and I no longer cared how the internet worked. All I cared about is I could type what I wanted in, hit enter, and have it pop up on my screen. Guys, think about this. Cryptocurrency has not exploded yet because it's still complex. People are still reaching for their manual and entering their DOS commands to figure out how to participate in cryptocurrency, but it will not stay that way. When MasterCard gets involved and says, we're going to start making this as easy to use as a credit card. When Starbucks, when Cisco, when some of the largest technology companies on the planet get involved, I can assure you they're involved to make it simple, because the person who makes it simple wins, and they know it because it's been proven over and over and over again. We are right there on the front end of this thing. And as we use our technologies and platforms to make it simpler, even in the opportunity world of networking, and make it easier for users to understand and comprehend it, what is going to happen? And this is a big opportunity to be on the front end of something that is coming. And yes, it's a new idea. Yes, it's different from revenue, but I use the Amazon example, guys. He was selling books retail. Then he started to sell books online, and that's it. That's all Amazon was online book sales. But no one seems to remember that, and nobody cares when you're buying literally anything in the world on Amazon.com, and you don't even realize that most of his revenue is coming from web hosting. You think that he's crying in his sheets, on his billion-dollar sheets, silk sheets, that he made all his money in web hosting instead of books? I don't think so. Guys, here's what the deal. I'm not crying in my sheets because I don't care whether you make your money in FireFan, or if you make your money in cryptocurrency, or you make your money in Forex. What I care about is that you make your money. You came here for an opportunity. You came because you believed in what we together, and then we built a platform, built a technology, built an organizational structure, and we have every opportunity right now to use all three of those things to make something amazing happen for you. When we started talking to this company, I got introduced to a lot of their existing distributors. And what impressed me the most was that all of their success stories were unique. There was one gentleman who was making his money in another network marketing company and struggling. He was building in a company where he was using a healthcare product, and he was struggling. He latched onto this for one reason, because he believed that if he could teach people a new skill where that skill alone could make them money, whether they built a team or not, that he was doing them a service. He latched on to that concept. That is how he builds his team, and he is rocking this thing. Rocking. He's making over $500,000 a year because that's what he latched on to. He latched on to the idea of that there's a 23-year-old kid making over $1 million a year using these products. And how is he doing it? Because he latched on to this millennial generation mindset of, I should never need a job. But if I did need a job, I don't want you in control of telling me that I can't get a job. So I'm going to learn a new skill. I'm going to learn a skill that makes me money, and you can't say no to me. You can't hire me. You can't fire me, because my skill makes me money. And that's what he taught people. And he went out preaching that gospel to everybody he came across. And next thing you know, he has an enormous organization of people who are educating themselves to be positioned to take advantage of what's happening in the marketplace. Some of them build organizations, some of them just build income using the products. And that is how he's generating his income. Third gentleman that I talked to said, I'm not very good at this, but I'm educating myself. And he said, I got to tell you, the education I've gained from the products, he said, I don't trade very much, but I've used the education I've gained to take advantage of the market in other ways, and it's made me a lot of money. He said, but I've focused on building a team of people because I know that there are a lot of people out there right now that want to understand cryptocurrency, that need to understand it, and that should be getting involved, and they just don't know how. They've heard about it, but they don't know how to get involved in it. They've heard about it, but they feel so uneducated that it is nerve-wracking to get involved, because I feel like you're speaking a different language to me. Start by getting them educated. Start by helping them understand what in the world's going on here, and then engaging in the opportunities that can help them generate an income, and you get paid to do that. That's the opportunity that exists here, and it is time for you to have your own success story here. Guys, we're not going anywhere. The company was literally acquired as a whole. FireFan is still there. United Games is still there. If you came in and you're a sports fan and you're like, you know, this cryptocurrency thing's intriguing, maybe I ought to try it myself, but I'll never build an organization in that. I just want to stick with sports. Hot dang, FireFan's not going anywhere, and guess what? It's almost fall, and fall is sports, baby. College football, NFL football, and it's all going to be in the app, just like you would expect. But if you came here because you're a networker and you recognize that I need an opportunity and a story, I need something that's hot today, and I need something that I can truly impact people's lives with so that they'll build and stay, this is a great opportunity for you. Either way, we are here Our team came over, our organization came over, our tech came over, our platform came over, our game came over. This was not a piecemeal purchase. They bought United Games, and we are now running as a wholly owned subsidiary of Investview. So hopefully that helps answer your questions. Hopefully it gives you just a little sneak peek at what we're doing. Thursday night, we'll be announcing this tomorrow, but Thursday night we're going to be doing a company-wide webinar where I will give you not this type of a message, but more the opportunity message as a whole, kind of start to finish. And you'll be able to see for yourself exactly what an opportunity presentation in this opportunity looks like. I'm excited to be doing that on Thursday night. More details coming out from the company tomorrow. But excited to be here with you tonight. So Elizabeth, any questions or things that I didn't address that you would like me to?
Well, we're pretty excited, and it's pretty clear to us, but just if you can stay on for a couple more minutes and see if somebody has any questions. So if you have any questions, just type it in the chat feature.
Hey, Natalie, I do have one question I know everybody's asking. They haven't had a chance to ask you this, but, and you touched on it, but you're not going anywhere, right?
No, I am here, as you can see, and I'm loud and proud with my fire fan hat still. I mean, good heavens, we can turn it on backwards if you need to really see it here. But no, we are absolutely here to stay. I'm excited to be a part of this. This has been a fun company. The people that we've met here are genuinely good people, and they want success, and they're excited about working with us because they recognize the value of the technology we bring, and we recognize the value of the products that they have. And so it just ended up being this really perfect thing. You know, when we set out to do this, we actually weren't looking to be acquired. We were looking for a partner and an additional product. But as we started talking about joint venture or partnership or product sharing, because of the publicly traded company as a part of it, it was very, very complex. So the thing that made it easiest and made the most sense was actually an acquisition with a sister company and then start working together as one over the course of a few months. So just business and strategy and politics and legalities is really the reason why it came together the way it did. But in terms of us being a perfect fit for each other, it was beyond fascinating that quite literally their needs were what we had and our needs are what they had, and we just blend well together and we work well together.
Well, the more Elizabeth and I learn about the products, the more excited we're getting because we're starting to see some neat stuff. We've already got some,
we got
some trade alerts
alert today.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's right. I got my crypto trade alert just a moment ago, actually. So I'm gonna pull this up and show it. I don't know if people will be able to see it very well, but I want to show it. Well, I'm just gonna show it on my camera. So just wait 1 second. 'Cause I can't get to my computer right now. I'm sitting in a one-armed position. Well, that's all right. We'll look at another time. But that will be part of Thursday night's presentation, as I'll be showing that, and people can really get a good feel for it. Any other questions that you guys have? Anything else that anybody needs to know, Elizabeth?
The only question we got so far is actually from Frank, and he wants to know about the commission plan of Covera.
Oh, okay, great. That's a great question. So how this will work is for the next 3 to 4 months, you'll be paid in our commission plan, all the volume going into our structure. After, when we blend everything together, our entire organization will be grafted into their tree and we will be paid in their commission plan. Now, their commission plan is a little different. It's more of a bonus plan and it's paid on total volume, but it is incredibly rich. So what we've done to help you guys build over the next few months towards that end, we don't want you to build towards our comp plan and then switch to a new one and then you're sitting there saying, well, I just built really effectively, but now it's not so good for the new comp plan. That will not happen, I can assure you. We have built a duplication model that is a 3x3 duplication model in the Covera plan, and we are implementing this immediately as well, by the way, is once you have 3 people using the product, your product is free. And it still counts as meeting part of your active requirements. So if I go get 3 people using the products, my product is now free. I no longer pay for it, but I'm actively engaged to earn commission. So that's the first piece of theirs. And then they build 3x3, so it's more of what they call a trinary comp plan. If you've ever built in a binary before, you'll understand this, but essentially you have 3 legs, and you get to count infinite depth of the volume of those legs. And it's that simple, and you calculate your total volume, and you're paid a certain amount on that volume. But again, we've created a duplication model that's 3x3 that makes it very, very easy to build to capitalize on that. Now, over the next couple of months, as we're building out the comp plan, once we have that comp plan finished, there will be a couple of months where we'll actually run your commissions in both plans and pay you the higher of the 2. Ooh. So that we start to shift everybody over properly. but we will do this very, very calculated and teach you to build calculated so that you're actually building for the new comp plan and not the old one. So this is how it will work over the next few months. But again, we have tools for Elizabeth and Alan to teach and train you guys this duplication model, and we'll be able to lay out exactly how those numbers work for you on the new comp plan.
Natalie, we've got a question from Rui. He wants to know if this is just the North American market and how many languages are we servicing right now?
Yeah, absolutely not the North American market. These guys are open in multiple countries. We're all about Europe. They have Spanish. They have multiple languages available right now, but they've got Spanish, they've got some German, but Elizabeth's going to help us clean that house up a little bit. But they have just started with Austria, Germany, Switzerland area, but they've also got other markets in Europe that are open and moving. France, for example, Italy. They're wide open to basically all of Europe. They've got major movement in South America. They have huge amounts of support in Spanish and in German. They've got some openings happening in the Japanese markets as well as Southeast Asia. So there is movement. Kind of the world is your oyster. Go for it.
Now you sent us a video. It was I think it was a Facebook training of that kid who's about 23 years old and he's making over $90,000 a month. What struck me about it was so simple. I mean, it was just, I don't know how else to say it. It was just dirt simple.
Yeah.
That's why, and the more we've looked into this, the more excited we're getting. We realize there's a lot of money here.
Yeah, and it is simple, and that's the thing is where we found is you can complicate this very, very easily. It's a financial market. You can make it feel scary and complicated, but at the end of the day, guys, we just are offering education and technology that enables people to be educated and make smart choices. We're not making money on their money. We're not taking their money. We're not handling their money. We're not doing trades. We are offering education and technology, period, that make them capable of taking advantage of the marketplace. We are giving them the opportunity to become educated and increase their financial IQ so that they can take advantage. So it's very, very good. I think I saw a question come across there where they were asking about, well, there was a question that came across. What was it?
This is from Mike. Well, no, he's saying, what will be our focus? To drive traffic to a platform which trains, or do we teach the products ourselves?
Oh, absolutely. Leverage the platform. Teaching yourselves is not duplicatable. Leverage the platform, leverage the education that exists there. You're going to see a lot of tools accessible and available to you already. Keep in mind that there are people using these products, these tools, these platforms that are making a lot of money already. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Are we going to improve things? Yes. Are you going to see things improve over the next several months? Yes. Are you going to see adjustments to messaging, etc.? Absolutely. But understand that what exists today, there are people making lots of money using it. So don't hesitate to dive right in and leverage the tools and the platform that are accessible to you.
Nellie, one last question. Are there any changes concerning the monthly payout? Will it still be monthly?
Yes, it'll still be monthly. Bonuses will be paid on a weekly basis. For all mining, all of the crypto mining will create a bonus that'll be paid weekly. And then actually the monthly payout is still the 15th. That they actually have the exact same structure on commissions as we do that way. So it'll still be a monthly payout with weekly bonus payments.
Okay.
We've got another question here. This is from Mike again. So I can simply drive traffic, correct? And he's talking about the platform at Kuvera.
Yeah, drive traffic. So we have produced for you some new tools. So you'll notice, and after this webinar, Elizabeth, if you want to send me all of the names that were on this webinar, or send them to Corey and ask him to flag all of their accounts, then we'll let you guys get in tonight to the locker room, and you can go into subscriptions and you'll see all the products there. You'll see a new product page that gives you all the details on these products. Go into inviting and enter a new name of somebody you want to invite. Even if you put Testy Tester in there for now, just to get a feel for how it works. But once you've added a new person to the invitation tools, you're going to see there is a host of selections to how to invite. I can choose to share crypto mining. I can choose to share Crypto One. I can choose to share the entire opportunity. And it will drive you to a replicated site that is yours. And everything inside of that world connects, and everything is driven back to you on enrollment. So you'll be able to leverage those tools to tell the story, and it's those videos that already exist there, okay? So you can use that. Now, one of the other questions that came out is, will people be able to reactivate their account? Yes. What we're doing is we are letting anybody that has ever been a part of United Games reactivate their account by simply getting on a subscription. They don't have to pay the $50 enrollment. So that allows you, and the reason we did that is for you guys. Because what we want, again, we built a platform, we built technology, we built these assets that have value and power. You guys helped us build the network. That asset is both of ours. This network of people has value, and it has value to you. And as you introduce these people to this and they convert, that creates the opportunity for you to generate income. We want as many of those people to participate as possible, and we want to give you everything you need to make it easy. So if they've ever been in the United Games system and they are still marked as an affiliate, if they've converted to a player, that's different. But if they are still marked as an affiliate, even if they're inactive, it doesn't matter how long they've been inactive, we will let them re-engage by simply getting on a subscription, and they are in the game.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
One more question was, how financially stable is Investview and Kubera? They are financially stable. They have been in business for 5 years. They have been profitable. They have good financial backing as well, but they are experiencing tremendous growth as we've come in as a partnership with them. The last 4 or 5 months have been a trajectory of tremendous growth, and it's continuing to climb. The introduction of cryptocurrency has been significant for them as a company and has created a major growth trend. They do fine. That we are in a great, healthy place.
Let me ask you another question about Investview. You know, we've been going through the stuff that you've sent us, and we appreciate you making it accessible to us. And one of the things that I'm seeing with Investview is this is a company that it appears to me that they're continuing to acquire additional assets that will just add to their portfolio of products and services that will make everybody more money. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. And somebody asked me earlier, they're like, but their stock price is so low and they haven't really cared about their stock price. And I said, well, that's true. That is true, because all they've cared about is building the assets that are owned by that subsidiary. But be very clear that the owners of that company, the owners of our company, we are all very, very motivated by the overall growth of the company. It is the most important thing for all of us. And that is where all of our benefits and incentives come in as well. So there is nothing in this for us unless you guys succeed. And that's the way they treat it as well. So it's all about doing the right thing to build and grow the business first and foremost, and stock comes secondary. What I appreciate about that is that I worked at New Skin for 11 years. We were a publicly traded company, and there was many a time where we sat in a meeting and made not the right decision for our distributors, but the right decision for our shareholders because of the pressure that came on from those shareholders. And so I love the fact that these guys are towing the line and saying, we will worry about stock prices later. What we are focused on right now is making sure that the right tools, the right pieces are in the hands of our distributors and that they're experiencing success. That has to come first. The rest of it will be a domino effect of positive benefit. And I love their attitude about that.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm sorry.
yeah, one other question that I've gotten a lot, and I want to address this, is people have said, why are you as a company not talking about this? Why isn't this more well known? Why are you guys being quiet? Okay, here's what, it's not that we're being quiet. We're being very, very loud, but to selective people, and there's a reason for that. We wanted to reach out through our active affiliate base and through our leadership in that base and communicate clearly and give them a week or so to absorb the information so they could ask questions. Elizabeth and Alan, we've been working with you guys for about a week now, correct? Yeah. Through the course of that time, how many questions have you had?
For you?
Yeah, lots of questions. We've talked to, how many times have you talked to Corey? How many times have you talked to Christian? How many times have you talked to me?
Well,
A lot of times.
multiple times every day.
Exactly. But this is the thing, is we can't have that many phone calls with every single one of our affiliates. And we knew there is so much new information here. We had to establish leadership that understood what was happening, understood the products, understood the process, and could teach and educate you guys so that there was not frustration. What we didn't want is big broad announcement, bam, rip the Band-Aid off. Nobody knows anything. People are calling their upline. Their upline's like, I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Did you watch the latest webinar? They're clear. That's chaos. We did not want chaos. So what we were doing was communicating and working with the leaders to help them gain clear understanding. Now that they are getting a stronger hold on what's happening, how it's working, you'll see, starting tomorrow, you will see the company start to produce more more information, but it's, again, not going to blast everybody all at once. It's going to start coming out in phases to different people at different times, giving you the opportunity to go talk to people, to work with people, to get them the entire story, to be able to create out of your network the opportunity that truly exists there for you. That was important for us, and we wanted to do that right. So we're not being quiet, I can assure you. We're being very, very loud, but we're being selectively loud, and it will just get louder and louder and louder and more encompassing over the next couple of weeks.
And that's a really helpful strategy, and I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah. And now, Madeline, one thing I do want to end up with, and I know probably everybody's heard me say this, but it's absolutely true. You know, you guys have been over backwards time and time again, just trying to put more money in our pockets. And it is very much appreciated. I trust you with my life. So I just, you guys have been the most ethical group of people I've ever been associated with. So I really appreciate it. And I appreciate the fact that you're being good stewards and you're looking after us.
Well, we definitely want this to be a big one for everybody that came here. And if anybody knows me on a personal level, I'm quite a competitive type of person. And I'm just not the kind of person who gives up on things. So I will go until we find success for the people who are willing to get it for themselves. And I can't force anybody, but I can open every door that's in my path, and I will knock down boulders to make sure that you guys have every opportunity to succeed. And we genuinely believe that we have positioned you now in a position to do very, very well.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Well, thank you for being on the call with us tonight, and we'll be in touch.
Tell the family hello.
Sounds great. Thanks, guys.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Will do. Thank you.